Business is changing. Globally, we're seeing a huge increase in the number of female breadwinners. That is, women who are responsible for bringing home the majority of their family income. With this comes both opportunities and challenges. It's my job to help women and business negotiate the path ahead. If you have ever been the main earner for your family, or anticipate that that may happen at some point in the future, stand up. Wow. It's pretty amazing, the numbers, isn't it? There are more female breadwinners today simply because we have more opportunities than ever in history. But let's be very clear, there are still plenty of challenges for the modern working woman. Let's face it, if you are the person who's responsible for bringing home the bacon, you better make sure your career is on track, right? Women often come to me because they're feeling overlooked, they're not getting the recognition they deserve, or perhaps they're just uncertain as to what is their next step in that career. I don't know if anybody has heard me talk about Google Alerts in the past, but they are fantastic. So what I do is essentially help women to build their profile, get noticed by the right people, so they can develop a very confident image and build a profile that's very recognizable and very credible within their organization. By 2015, 72% of all UK graduates will be women. We need to get more women through the pipeline, and not just through the pipeline, but staying at the top and really developing into those areas. I've always been fascinated by the lives of working women, so much so that my PhD at Cambridge looked at the careers of women who worked in male-dominated fields. And that inspired my 2 subsequent books.
Suzanne is exceptionally highly regarded within the city. She's almost a household name amongst the corporates. We all know her work, we've all attended her seminars, and when you come out of them, you always feel like you've learned something.
I wouldn't hesitate to recommend her, and in fact, she's often the first person that I would think of for speaking presentations as well as running workshops and training courses.
I've specialized in gender in the workplace for the last 15 years. My work typically ranges from sessions with individual women all the way through to addressing large audiences of hundreds of people. My typical clients come from a wide range of industries, but usually male-dominated. So I work with women in IT, women in engineering, women in banking and finance, women in law.
And Suzanne's message is just so poignant for today and for women today, particularly as they're going up through the pipeline and getting stuck. I would recommend her highly because I've seen her present at a number of different forums, and every time it's unique, it's targeted to the audience, and the message is very clear and concise and done with humor.
This is a fantastic time for women. In fact, I would say I'd probably never prefer to be born at any other period in history. Because of the changing business landscape, organizations must adapt in order to both retain, but also develop this growing talent pool. So I hope you can take through those challenges and opportunities to make the most of your own careers. Thank you.
I really enjoyed it. It was really informative. I found it really inspirational.
Some female colleagues had been to some of her talks before and they raved about it, and I can see why. It was very useful.
I'm head of learning and development at one of the city law firms, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Everything she had to say resonates for us in a professional services environment.
I love the fact that she gave us some really practical tips that I can take away and put into action immediately.